Jim Kerlin. Jim is a CEO. I hope Jim shares just a little bit about why he ended up with the job he ended up with, because it's a lovely story. Jim is a frequent participant in this. He's a frequent Thursday morning participant at the Ambassador Hotel, and I just look forward to what he has to say.
All right, I want everybody to like me. Everybody say, hi, Jim.
Hi, Jim.
And I'm a really terrible speaker, so I have a gift. I'm going to bribe you. So pass these out if you would. Yeah, it's that all the things. So what I have is a servant leader bracelet for you. So you can wear it as a constant. This is what it looks like. It says servant leader on it. I find I have to remind myself, because this doesn't come naturally to me, okay? And I'll get back into that in just a little bit, but maybe I'll take a little different tack to this, maybe come at it from an application standpoint a little bit. So leadership is a complicated topic, right? And we make a lot of choices in life and in business. But to me, leadership, or servant leadership, is really a principle for long-term success. This is not a short-term concept, right? Bully-style management is much more effective in the short term. And sometimes you got to use it, right? We all have to make choices about when it's time to really take charge and lead, and when it's time to serve and look at long-term success. But this definitely takes time, and it's something you have to believe in. And for me, it's something I have to keep coming back to. I have to keep reminding myself, and that's what the bracelet's about. So, measuring success in business is about, this is the classic stuff, right? Measuring financial growth and productivity and all these things we measure. And this is important, but the question is that all there is? This stuff we can measure, is that what it's all about? And you know, we're here to talk about, no, it's about investing in people. That the other stuff comes along for the ride. If we really believe in the concept of investing in people, the numbers will follow. So defining leadership, it's about the ability to take people where they won't by themselves, right? Helping them, encouraging them to go there. Dick and I love this slide because we're both sailors. What's the main objective of a leader? To serve others. That's our principle, our basic principle, right? And can you think of a single example of a dictator that succeeded in the long run, right? Do we follow dictators? Well, yeah, in the short run, right? If they threaten us, in the short run. But in the long run, dictators never succeed. Bullies never succeed in the long run, right? We follow the people that we want to follow. So what is a servant leader? It's someone who can lift you up and help you be the best you can be. It's not a focus on self, it's a focus on others. It's a focus on helping them be the best they can be. And it's a double-edged sword. Meaning it's, you know, I struggled with it when I was first introduced to it. A friend of mine gave me a book and said, here, read this. I think you'd like this. And I read the cover and I said, servant leadership, man, that sounds kind of squishy, right? It sounds wimpy, doesn't it? Doesn't it sound wimpy? To me it does. And so I was like, wow, I don't think I'm gonna like this. But it isn't wimpy. It's not just about you know, letting people do whatever they want to do. It's also about challenging people. And I'll share with you an analogy that was shared with me, I don't know, 15 years ago, something like that, 20 years ago, that I think has helped me to, you know, sort of think about this challenging part in a servant leadership sort of way. So take off your bracelet and just hold it up between your two fingers like this and put a little bit of tension on it. All right, this finger is you, and this finger is your people, your business, the people you're trying to lead. And what you're trying to do is put a little bit of tension and stop. Not too much. You'll break it. You're being a bully, right? Put a little bit of tension on it and then stop. And the tension gets relieved, right? People follow. So to me this, and it was shared with me a long time ago, that really to me is part of this leadership business, is we have to paint the vision. Where are we going as a company, as a group, as a, whatever it is you're trying to lead. Create a little bit of tension and people will follow and move to that tension. And that doesn't mean be a bully, that means paint the vision, show them the way, right? Let them follow the tension. Servant leader, and this is repeat, we always empathize, we always accept the person, but sometimes we refuse to accept the person's efforts, performance. Sometimes the performance is not good enough. I'm going through this with one of my leaders right now. So that's part of servant leadership too. We don't accept when the performance isn't good enough. What are the returns? And you know, an associate will take ownership. Your people will take ownership. They tend to go the extra mile. They tend to give you more. Collaboration, no question about it, that you're seldom alone in decisions if you're truly a servant leader. Willingness to share information leads to a greater likelihood of success. So it's an open style of management, right? It's about information sharing. It's about trust. It's about we did this. And then the result, you know, the punchline is the happier workforce, the more motivated workforce, the more supported workforce, does end up benefiting you and the company. So this is, you know, Dick wanted me to talk about the business that I lead. It's called Beyond Vision. We provide employment to people who are blind. So this is Julie. Julie works in our assembly and packaging area. So I'm just going to really very briefly overview what we do. We're a 501c3. We've been around for 110 years this year. It was established a long time ago. It wasn't a company, you know, in 1944 we were basket weaving. It was, but now it's a company. We're ISO certified. We pay minimum wage, and we hire, we fire, we promote, we demote. We just employ people who are blind. This is Sophie. This is the stuff we do. So how do we create the jobs? We do it by doing work for other companies. And you can see that we're currently employing 93 people, and 38 of them are blind. And we do this for a lot of companies. So enough about us. I can't really tell you better than our employees can tell you why I do what I do, why I get up in the morning. So I want to show you a video about Frenchie. It's called Frenchie's Story. And there's Amy, she's got to help me. So I want to play you a video about, this is what motivates me in the morning, this is what gets me up, this is what makes me come to the Thursday morning roundtable meetings to talk about servant leadership.
Frenchie Randolph works hard every day by assembling and packaging for big companies such as Briggs & Stratton, Pent Air, and Harley-Davidson. Unlike some people that go to work every day just to put in their hours, Frenchie carries herself with a sense of confidence and pride.
Work is important because it gives me a chance to show my independence on how productive I can be in society.
Frenchie works at Beyond Vision, a company that hires the sight impaired and those who are blind to do assembly and packaging, machining, and call center tasks. It's her can-do attitude that is very infectious throughout the company.
When she came to Beyond Vision several years ago, was one of the first people I hired when I was on board. And she right away struck me as a very outgoing, gregarious person who really had a mind for what she wanted to do with her life. And I just thought it was a great opportunity for the Beyond Vision family to become involved with that. And she has been just a wonderful asset to us since.
Frenchie really sort of embodies everything that we do here at Beyond Vision, because she works as hard as she can to do the best she can. Give her a week on the job and she'll be breaking rate. Got a tremendous work ethic.
But finding work was not always easy for Frenchie.
I experienced difficulties in the past with trying to find a job because no one would hire someone with a disability, especially visual impairment, because they didn't want to take the chance of being liable for any damages that was done to me.
That changed when she started work with Beyond Vision.
When I first started working here, I was kind of nervous because I didn't know if I was capable of doing the job, how productive I would be, if I can keep up with the quality work that was needed to be done. I started feeling better about myself when I could show how much work I can do and how fast I can do it, and the quality.
You can't tell just by looking, but Frenchie has complete vision loss.
I've actually had vision problems since I was 1.5 years old due to lead poisoning, but I experienced the vision loss in my late teens. And it's been a struggle depending on somebody else to help you when you can't do it yourself. It's a challenge. It's a flexibility on an everyday basis. It's part of life that you have to deal with.
Once people have had a chance to talk to Frenchie, they find out that it's very rare when she thinks only of herself.
Legally, I raised 6 kids, 3 of my own, 3 non-biological, and I also assisted in helping other children as well. The challenges of taking care of children was because I was a single parent. And as anybody know, one income from one person was not helpful. And it was a challenge because I had to be the discipline, I had to be the nurturing, I had to be the one to encourage them as well. And it's hard as a single parent.
Even her future plans are based on others, and that is to
continue working here at Beyond Vision as I continue my education to receive my bachelor's in education and teaching, to work with kids with special needs. I can understand the struggle that they're going through and what they'll be going through, and I can help train them just as I've been trained to succeed.
Frenchie Randolph is a role model for other employees and her own family.
It gives me a chance for my kids to see that even with the vision impairment that I have, that I can still find a job, I can still take care of my family, and that's what I want them to see, that regardless of what disability you may have, you can still be productive, you can still make it in life.
Frenchie is attending school at Cardinal Stritch, pursuing her teaching degree. So she's going to teach special needs kids. Pretty cool. You think she's a servant leader? Oh yeah, just like Johnny the Bagger, right? So that's my story. That's what I wanted to share with you. I want to share one more analogy with you. I guess I'm a visual learner. I like metaphors and analogies and examples. So this was shared with me along. None of my material is original, by the way. So now you know I believe in bribery. I steal, and I want you to like me, so I bribe people. But I'm also a leaker. I said, when Amy said, "What's your title?" I said, "Well, just tell them I'm a leaker." So I am a leaker. So what I mean by that is this stuff, I don't think it comes naturally to me, so I have to keep coming back. I have to go to the Thursday morning meetings. By the way, where's Dan? Dan's in the back there. If you want to get involved with the Thursday morning, it's free. We just come together. We have coffee down at the Ambassador Hotel. Third Thursdays, I think it is. Third Thursdays at 8 o'clock in the morning. And Dan is our facilitator and coordinator of it. And we get together and we talk about servant leader principles and applications. If somebody brings a hot topic, we'll go to that. But I'm a leaker, and what I mean by that, and who thinks this comes naturally to you? Anybody? A few people. Yeah, I think some people they sort of have this in their DNA. I don't know. Who thinks it doesn't come naturally? That, you know, we sort of, you know, my natural tendency is to take charge, right? Take charge. Do what I say. Follow me. So this was shared with me a long time ago, and I'll just share it with you. So this is me. And it says I'm a leaker. And this is what happens. So I come on Thursday morning and I make a mess. I leak all over the place, right? Because this is what happens to me at work. This is what happens to me during the stress of the day. Because, you know, the economy isn't working out as well as it should. And so I'm a leaker. I leak. And I have to come every Thursday. I have to keep coming back to these seminars and on Thursday morning. And the cool part is, though, if you fill yourself up enough, you also spill over onto others. So I am a leaker. Who's a leaker in here? Anybody a leaker? Yeah. Well, I have a leaky cup for you. I have another gift. I don't know if there's enough to go around, but if you'd like to have a leaky cup, come and help yourself. And that's what I wanted to share. Thanks very much.